to the Bearded Beard Pod with me, G. What a month March was, eh? Shite weather and all sorts of nonsense. And I don't think I was really up to much. I had I had a couple of days and evenings out. One of the times I drank too much, but we don't talk about that. So not a lot to cover until we start the reviews. I think the major one is how do I put this politely? Don't send your pictures of your cocks to women on Instagram that do craft beer accounts. Right? If you can do one thing for me, then don't do that. They don't want to see your blind cobbler's thumb. Okay? Thanks. Cool. It's the big swally on the whatever it is of April, and I can't go because I'm going to be on holiday. I was hoping to bring you some sort of noises from there onto the podcast next month, but yeah, it's tough shit, isn't it? I'll maybe see if somebody will record them taking the piss out of me or something, and we can include it. Looking at you, Brian and Dino, maybe Graham, if he ever listens. I had a big beard mystery box come this month. That was pretty cool. £25 it costs, and I got a discount code for free shipping, so that was cool. Where was that from? I can't remember. It's from some boys with a skull logo. Hold on, I'm going to check on my phone because I really can't remember, and I can't be bothered pressing stop. Let's have a look. I'll just talk among yourselves where I fuck about and highlight how poorly prepared I generally am for the podcast. Bigfoot Beard Company. Yeah, so obviously they've got a skull as a logo. I got some exotic mango beard oil, which smells absolutely fucking brilliant. I put it on Saturday in the morning, and I could still smell it at bedtime. Really, really nice. The lemongrass beard balm, really like that as well. Not too keen on the cedarwood beard butter, but I'm going to give it a try. Just on its own, I think. So I think it might be the beard oil interfering with the scent. But yeah, it's £25, and it was about, I think it's £50 value you get. These things aren't cheap, but yeah, really appreciate it, guys. It was well received. I didn't get it for nothing, by the way. I paid for it before you'll start jumping on me, call me a sellout. And I also got some Brawbeard beard butter that's unscented. You might have seen my live video where I was sniffing it and realising that it's unscented because I'm a gigantic spaz. That's about it. So I shall shut my fucking gob and we can get on with the review of So first beer of March. As no stranger to Dan Flashes myself, I was pleasantly surprised. Fuck it, I've not had anything to drink since Sunday. As I was saying, no stranger to Dan Flashes, I was pleasantly surprised when there was a sale at Dan's Flashes. Turns out it was a New England IPA from Sure Shot. But it was a silky material, busy passing wonder of a swally. And I was quite happy with it. Yeah. If you don't get the reference, it's I Think You Should Leave, which is on Netflix. And it's decidedly silly, which suits me fine. So go and watch it. But it was a 4.25 on Untapped. Oh, yeah, I know. The pictures are really subpar at the moment. I need to promise myself to get the light box out again because it's a pain in the bum because I've got to unfold it and click it together and plug it in. But we got a new light in the kitchen, right? And we can actually see, which is a bonus, for the first time in fucking 15 years or something like that. Yeah. However, Far Out Ocean. It was a lovely wee hazy IPA from Left Handed Giant. Yeah, I could almost taste the Veruca plasters and pubes that the Nito label suggested. That was what was that, 4.5? I gave that an Untapped. Well, I went out in Edinburgh, went to a gig, and I went to Salthorse beforehand. And in the month of March, they had a shit ton of Kernel Brewery drinky poos on, and I can't remember the last time I had one. I think it was just called IPA. Their board wasn't very informative. I was too fucking blind to read it. That was bloody kicker though. The best 2/3 I'd had that day. That was the first one, and I gave that 4.5. So fucked off to the gig. Had loads and loads of jokers. Got the train home with my pal Grum, and I got some really nice guys in the train to look after him, make sure he got off on his right stop. Because unfortunately, Grum's just lost his dog. It was really sad. So we went out, had a couple of pints, went to the gig. He saw Disposable for the first time. Yeah, did good. But yeah, if you see him on Instagram, his handle is at Grumshop. Grumshop? No, it's not. That's something different. At Grumshot. So please do drop him a message and say how sorry you are that his dog's dead. Right. Did I say that was 4.5? I might have done. Anyway, moving swiftly on. I got home, and I had an overtone, and it was Dawn to Dusk, and it was it was an overtone, wasn't it? double dropped. Fucking hell! Double dry hopped IPA. I'm doing worse than what's her name off of Blue Peter in our ghosty podcast these days, where she just stops middle of things and starts repeating stuff because she's too lazy to edit, much like myself. Double dry hopped IPA. That's all you need to know. Fucking quality, man. Boof. 4.75. Oh, and Untapped. Oh, sorry. So what I do for my notes for the podcast, right? I go onto Instagram and copy and paste everything in a Word document and just read it, right? Which is why I normally make a right fucking pig's ear of it. And I just got to this next beer from Windsor Down Brewery, I think it is, because I need to stop doing the hashtags. It's a West Coast IPA and it's called Treason, but I didn't read the first part, and it said it was poking my purple mud bunion. Where the fuck did I come up with that from? My purple mud bunion. Anyway, it was literally a glass of fizzy urine, but it tasted twice as good. And you can get that in Waitrose for all you fucking beer snobs out there. And that was a 4.75. So I got Timing's End for shit all, because my postman fancies me and wants to get me drunk and, Hades truffle. But for this one, I had to strut into the Caledonian Craft Beer Merchant that my wife runs with my face a crimson mask and shout, "Woo!" before flopping onto my face. So, cheers, dude. So it's an IPA from Verdant, and it smelled like a burnt out radio controlled car motor. It tastes like a tin of peaches that have been canned in sheep's piss. It's well good, like. And I'd ask myself a question: does anybody read the reviews, or are you just there for the photos? But that was a 4.5 and Untapped. Oh, we throw back to the 90s here, and I feel like Alan's big plate from Sure Shot was designed as a leisure accessory. The IP had a real fucking bite to it, and it's a bit like liquid football. Overall, a very good effort. 7 against 10. 4 out of 5 on Untapped. Another overtone, Twilight Starlight, double dry hopped IPA, fucking standard. And if I've got to say any more, then you've never had an overtone, really, have you? That was 4.25 on Untapped. Holy horsecocks. Oscillate from those mental cases over at Track as a golf shoe to the gooch in the form of a triple IPA. It's a real donkey punch of a beer. It's almost like drinking a pint of spirits that's been mixed with tramp jizz. I gave that a solid 5/85. Alright, so I got promoted, which is magic. Came into effect on the 1st of April. But I celebrated all weekend, and I enjoyed a triumvirate of beer, so I did. So part 1 was Elusive Brew's Oregon Trail trilogy, and it was Double Oregon Trail, which was quite simply a cracking example of a West Coast double IPA. And I was looking forward to doing it in the whole fucking village. And I gave that 4.75 on Untapped. Now, Double Sunset Oregon Trail was a bit of a cheeky monkey. It's, again, Elusive Brew's West Coast Double Red IPA in episode 2 in the trilogy. Simcoe, Chinook, and Columbus hops combine to deliver a resinous profile with citrus undertone. The bitterness helps to balance the deep caramel of the malts. And rounding off the Elusive Brew trilogy was Double Midnight Oregon Trail, which was a West Coast double black IPA, so it was. Maltier than intravenous malters. Malters? Fucking Maltesers, you fanny. Blacker than a black thing on a dark night. And that was 4.5 on Untapped. So I was feeling then that I'll be having a sleepy week at work next week if Overtone's New England IPA 500 more is anything to go by. It was silky as a freshly waxed biff, but fizzier. If that's a thing. 4.25 on Untapped. Oh, it's only a bloody Polly's Brew New England IPA up next. Flurry Foam, or Furry Foam, as the sign said, is a lovely chewy beer. Feels like it's filling my man pocket to capacity with warm, soapy water. And I'm running along trying to keep it in. That was 5 out of 5. Neon Raptor Brew, the New England IPA, singles in your area. Oh, that was drier than Fergie's muff after finding out about Andrew's proclivities. It was good, like, but it's maybe a wee bit too dry. And that's reflected in the score there, 3.75 on Untapped. So I got home and realised I hadn't made a post about this one because I might have been a bit pissed. I don't remember much about the triple IPA Picture of Health from Overtone, apart from pouring it down my neck and sort of quick time so I could catch my train. But yeah, rest assured, it was a kicker. I gave that 5 out of 5. Oh, Track Brewing once again are knocking it out the park. Yeah, Reprise was absolutely no different. It's a double IPA that kind of pulls your hair, spits in your mouth, then tells you that it loves you. Keep up the good work, fellas. 5:55. Go. What a week. Aye. So I was given a bit of a sexy eye all week to a beer called Reptilia. It's a pale ale. It was from Dark Element Brewery. And I've never had them before. And it was about citrusy as a bottle of lemon pledge, but in a glass. And it didn't make you half blind. Hey, I've got some more. I can't wait to try them. And that was a 4.75. Named after my favourite kind of violence is this beast of a double IPA from Pentridge Brewing called Screen Violence. My taste buds took a clockwork orange array of abuse from this beer, and it's an absolute stoner. 5/5. No, do you know what? There's some good beers coming up in this section. That was 5/5. Been a while since I had a Tartarus beer, and I was so glad to get their hazy IPA Rainbird inside of me, and it was filling a gap nicely. It's murkier than the backstage piss bucket at the Royal Albert Hall, and twice as fousey tasting. Might be one of the finest beers I've ever had. And that was a 5/5. And if you followed my stories, you would have seen on the blog Instagram page, I posted a photograph of the actual backstage piss bucket at the Albert Hall. For those of you that thought I was talking shite, no, there is an actual piss bucket there. Great days. Dog's Window. Dog's Bollocks, more like. Yep, another brewery for me. Sounding like one of Sting's tantric shagging sessions. 10 minutes or 10 days was an absolute fucking belter of a double IPA. It was just on the right side of too strong and mighty fine. And that was a 4.75. We're into the home stretch, and it's not now, but then it was the Easter long weekend. So I was basically on it for the duration. Started with a hazy IPA from Badger Beers and their Outland range. Most definitely a summer beer. And I think come that time I'm going to get some in for the hot days. And that was from Tesco. Fucking was, right? It was from Tesco. Go and get some. It's great stuff. And if you're snobby about where you get your beers from, you can choke them a chode. End of story. 4.5 on Untapped. Right? And just look at this sexy boy that's up next. Lucky Break from Brewdog. New England IPA, and it smelled of mangoes and tasted like a violent and unprovoked assault. It was good. 4.5 on Untapped. I went to the beer shop. I couldn't make the big swally, so I drank its juice early. I had a pint of the CCBM from Overtone, and it was nice. It's been brewed for the big swally and celebrating 5 long years of the Caledonian Craft Beer Merchant. And how Colin puts up with my pish on a sort of 3-weekly basis, I don't know, but he's a really good lad. Get into the shop, buy some beers, say hi from me. Just go there. It's good. I like it. And I gave that beer a 4.5, eh? Now, Canadian craft beer, eh? All I could think of was the Mackenzie brothers from from Strange Brew. But Newgrounds 27 from Pub Brewski. It was a heck of a double dry hopped IPA, eh? If you don't like it, the take off hosiery. And it also had the sexiest label I have ever seen on a beer. What did I give that? I gave that 4.25 on Untapped. Leading on from my conceptual art video, what I made is a monster of a New England IPA from Collective Brew named Good Monster. Another outstanding can of peeve and tastier than a poutine facial. That was 4.5 on Untapped. And if you missed the conceptual art video, then go back to around about when I posted this beer and check out my drawing. It was good. Another one of Dark Element Brewery's beers for me on this night with Supercharged. It was a pale ale, and it was smoother than Lindsay Don Mackenzie's Biff, and about 7 times more refreshing. I was drier than a dry thing after that Friday night, strangely enough, and I really wanted to guzzle it. The beer that is, not Lindsay Don Mackenzie's Biff. That, yeah, nah. 4.75 on Untapped. Oh, Easter Sunday. Yeah, if you know me, you'll know that I'm not interested in the slightest in religion. Do what you want, don't get me wrong. Just don't send it my way, and I won't give my views about it to you. Happy days. Yeah, but I did appreciate the random 4-day weekend, so I can keep myself topped up from my social hand grenadery on the Friday. So keeping my 2 glasses of wine and 2 Innocent Gun IPAs company in my tummy was Rivington. I just swallowed my tongue. Rivington's Tasty as Fuck Double IPA Faculty. It was like almost opaque and like sucking all light in, and it was kind of giving me pains in my upper right abdomen just below my ribcage. I reckon it must have been too cold or something, but that was a solid 5 out of 5 on Untapped. Oh, last beer of the month then. You'll know that I fucking love a Beak beer, and you know, if they sent me a t-shirt, I'd wear the shit out of it. But yeah, I settled for drinking the shit out of Curve, their Sexy Time IPA. It was like a paper cut to the frenulum when you least expect it, and that was a 4.5 on Untapped. And there we have it. 22 odd minutes of complete and utter bollocks from me. As usual, I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, well, just tell me that you enjoyed it anyway and give my ego a bit of a stroke. I am off on my holly bags on Thursday. So depending on when you listen to this, I'll either not have been yet, I'll be there, or I'm back. But I'm away to Greece, so we'll see what kind of beer I can get down my grid over there. You know, I'm open to trying new stuff, so mind you, when I went to Mexico, all you bastards complained because I was posting pictures of tequila and stuff. You're like, hey, show us some beer. And I'm like, okay, here's a beer in a plastic cup, you're happy now? And then he went, oh, we don't want to see beer in plastic cups, we want to see other stuff. And I was like, fucking hell, man, give us a break, I'm on my holidays. Anyway, might not get much content for 10 or so days, but as my dad used to say, TT, which translates as tough titty. Right, well, that is about it, indeed. Thanks very much for your company. I appreciate it. Please spread the word far and wide that the Bearded Beard Pod is the best podcast about beer and beards and stuff like that. And I shall see you to round up April at the start of May. How confusing that. Until then, cheery bye.